The Lester's Grill, Carolina Hotel. Jim's lunch for hot dogs, we'll eat our fill. Sam and Max shoe shine, I'll pick up the bill. California sandwich shop, we'll find our thrill. Down on Hamburger Square, Hamburger Square. Some of my favorite people down there. Down on Hamburger Square, Hamburger Square. Sam and Max and little Lester's down there. Got something can't be taken away. The power of love, baby, what I say. Max Corner Grill got the mystery mounds. It's Blumenthal's and you know you're downtown. Down on Hamburger Square, Hamburger Square. Some of my favorite people down there. Down on Hamburger Square, Hamburger Square. Sam and Max and little Esther's down there.
Hello and welcome once again to our program. On this program today we have Mike Loomis. He is the head founder of the 501c3 Race Against Drugs, which we're talking about fentanyl in Davidson County. We're talking about recovery. We're talking about all kinds of things. We're talking about his event on August 8th.
August 8th.
Yeah. Mike, it's so good to have you here on
Thank
the
you. It's
program.
good to see you again, Brian.
Yeah,
appreciate that. And so we're going to be doing it again. We do it every year, 3 years in a row. We do this called the Day of Recovery. I really want to come up into Guilford County and do something like this as well. If we can get the community and organizations together, like Debbie Peden, Debbie Peden and so many families I know have lost people to fentanyl and overdoses in your county, which we have the numbers here. I would love to come up here and do the same thing and move this up here, because right now you guys are way ahead of us in deaths due to fentanyl. But this is, and the support you give us locally, and we're not even here, we're in Davidson County. But if we can save one life through this airing of this program, it's a great thing.
Yeah. Remind us once again your story and how this started. Where did you get the idea for Race Against Drugs?
Our son James, again, if you watched it last year, I don't use the word overdose. I don't use the word poisoning. My son was murdered. Gentleman who gave him fentanyl and said he did it on purpose. Some people want fentanyl, but on 4/22/21, James was found in Randolph County, Archdale. I was on my way back from Alabama, Montgomery, I think it was Montgomery or Madison, Alabama, one of the two, and I got the call, Randolph County Sheriff's Department, and I knew because I had not heard from James in 4 days. Picked up the phone, and I said, my son's dead. This is how we formed Race Against Drugs, the nonprofit. This is how we advocate for recovery, mental health, and addiction. This is why we do billboards and we do these events to educate people about what's going on here, because nobody needs to walk the walk that we walked. This is how this all started.
We were talking earlier, it's not just, that there's a lot of different ways that someone hits fentanyl. It could be an overdose from, something that they got, or it could be that they were buying from somebody.
Right,
intentionally. But you were talking about the water bottles.
Oh yeah, it's intentional too. I have a lady who had a young daughter graduate from college. Somebody gave her a bottle of water. It was in the water. The bottle, she opened it up, drank it, she died. I've got a 1-year-old baby. He was laid on the bed. Somewhere fentanyl was apparently near his dad or on that bed. The baby died. Workers being on the highway, you hear the stories where, it's hot. Somebody drives by, they say, here, you're hot, here's a bottle of water. It's known. They're dead. It's either accidental or it's on purpose, or you wanted it, you bought something and fentanyl was in it. So you have many ways that you can acquire fentanyl in your system.
And I always just thought of it like drug lords or whatever just trying to make money, but this is like malicious. This is like intentional.
Any drug dealer that puts fentanyl in anything, it's murder. It's nothing less than murder. Now, when I was growing up, and I don't know how old you are, but back in the day, you had angel dust, you had marijuana, you had psychedelics. We didn't have this. We didn't have fentanyl. So, but there are people who are addicted who want it. They want it for the high. They want it for that quick high off it. So you're damned if you do, and you're damned if you don't. You don't want it, people give it to you, and you don't know it's there, and you're dead. Then you may want it, but you still overdose. 2 grains of salt, that's what it takes. You know, many ways.
Yeah, and I mean, I was just thinking of, there's a lot of different ways people get into this too. Usually
Yep.
sometimes it's military, sometimes it's you get hurt and then the pharmacy cuts you off,
Right.
and then you start looking for
On the street drugs.
on the street
Yep.
drugs because you're still hurting or you're still in pain or you're still looking for an escape.
Or it's trauma-based.
trauma-based.
Trauma-based. Addiction and mental health go hand in hand. You got to treat both. They're both diseases. I was in the military, and when I got out of the Navy, and I remember the VA in Buffalo on Bailey Avenue. When I got out, went there, they were giving me big bottles of Percocet, Percodan, you name it. They were just handing it out. I'm talking big bottles. Why? I have no clue. Did I take them back then? Oh yeah, I did. But I've been clean for 35 years. I don't even take an aspirin no more because I don't trust aspirins. But then again, you get a doctor who wants to prescribe a pain pill for you. But you have a lot of doctors out here who are dirty and will write you a prescription. Now the FDA and the DEA are supposed to be keeping track of these doctors with their prescription pads. Is that happening? I don't know. I don't know if it is or not. But I had a doctor, and I'll leave his name short because I don't want to get sued. But in Lexington, back 30 years ago, he would just give you pain pills. And so he was a walking, talking pharmacy. Bill, like I said, they're out there. But on the street now, you talk about street drugs. And I should have brought this visual with me today, and I didn't. It's on my website, and it's on my Facebook. I'll send it to you about the fake pills. Okay, you have the real pill, okay? You have the fake pill, which is 100% fentanyl. You're dead, man. I don't care, okay? But either way, opioids, if you're not prescribed them, don't take them. If you're going out there and somebody gives you a pill and they say it's a Darvocet or whatever, any kind, don't take it. 99.9, it's going to be fentanyl. It's going to be rolled in fentanyl. It's been touched by fentanyl. It might be accidentally.
It's hard. Like, what is the stopping point here, other than stopping them from, coming into the country? I mean,
I think we need harsher sentencing. They talk about money, what it costs to house an inmate. Mm-hmm. There's not enough money to house an inmate that kills another with fentanyl. Build a prison. Build them, I don't care. Build another prison. Here's why I'm saying this. They're going to build a $65 million, I call it the Gopher Hole, sportsplex in Davidson County. $65 million of, it was CARE Act money and COVID money, okay? They knew it. It's already done. They started breaking ground. I'm sorry, you could have built another prison. Build another factory to employ people. I think I told you out there about a case in Harnett County. The guy did 19 months in county prison. Under state law, it is second-degree murder. He didn't get second-degree murder sentencing. He got 5 years probation after he was released from county jail. There was nothing for the family. The family was disrespected by the North Carolina legal system and the judicial.
Why is it so light? I mean, why are we not?
Well, we have to look at our DAs, okay? You have to look at, law enforcement's doing their job, okay? It's a very hard charge to prove. We talked about this. It's very tedious. You gotta have A to Z. You gotta have your full autopsy. You gotta have messaging. You gotta have hand-to-hand delivery of these drugs. Mm-hmm. You need to know everything to get this conviction. But if you only have a toxicology report, you're not gonna get a conviction on it. You have to have one full-blown autopsy. And, I showed you these numbers here in your county. Right now, we're looking at 1,121 people. That's all overdoses and loss to drugs. That's including fentanyl and anything else. We're looking at 647 people who died from fentanyl alone in your county.
And that's in 1 year?
No, that's going to be in 10 years.
In 10 years?
It's a 10-year base. Well, actually from 13 to 25. But the numbers have gone up. I know they have. And this just covers Guilford County. I have all 100 counties. This is all from the Chief Coroner's Office in Raleigh, North Carolina. The numbers don't lie. So the GPD over here, Greensboro Police Department, I like them, what they're doing. I like what your Sheriff's Department's doing. Your District Attorney, I can't even name her. I don't even talk about her. But they've come up now where they've got, I think, 12 cases on the docket for death by distribution. But if you follow second-degree murder, that should be 14 to 20 years. And they're not giving them because they don't have the space to house these people. I say build another prison. You can't keep sending them to Central Prison or over here in Salisbury to Piedmont Correctional Facility or Albemarle. I mean, they need to give them the sentence they need. You take my son, we got no justice. If your relative dies, you want justice, right? Then sentence him. I mean, this 19 months in county jail and 5 years probation, no. He's allowed to walk free and maybe do it again. Maybe do it again. The guy who killed my son, they just got him in Rowan County. 30 grams of fentanyl, 26 grams of methamphetamine. If the DA does her job, he'll get 22 years. But I think they're going to try to turn him and let him walk. I won't allow that. I will fight that. I will go to Rowan County. She won't return a phone call to me. I've been calling that DA for 3 months now regarding this guy. But it's all up to your DAs. Finally, your DA is doing her job. I will compliment her. Thank you. Other than that, we're going to fight. We're going to do what Race Against Drugs does. But our event, again, come on out, people. Learn something. Educate yourself something on fentanyl. Xylazine. That's another we were talking about. It is a horse tranquilizer. It's a tranquilizer. It's a non-opioid. So Narcan won't pull you out of it. And they're mixing it with fentanyl. You got a double whammy there. So you're not waking up. It takes 2 grains of salt to kill you.
Right.
Fentanyl.
That's crazy.
It is crazy.
I've heard of police officers you get complacent, not using gloves and stuff like that.
PPE.
Yeah.
Correct. Mm-hmm.
You ever watch Cops?
Oh, let me tell you, I got friends of mine.
That drives
there.
me crazy.
If you go into a situation, you're going to go into a drug bust, you're going into a home, right? You need to have your PPE on. You need to have your mask on. You need to have your gloves on because it can go into your tear ducts. It can go into your nose. You can inhale it. It can go through your skin sometimes. So
it can get in the air,
oh,
too,
yeah.
is what you're saying.
That's how that baby died, the 1-year-old baby. Well, there's more to that story.
Okay.
It's bad. It's not good. The father is as guilty as heck, and they know he is, but then they still gave him the other 2 kids, knowing that he does what he does. So there's the neglect with DSS up in Wake County. They totally ignored the signs of this guy being a drug dealer, but then give him 2 little girls after his son died. Now, it makes no sense to me that our state officials and our county officials are not really looking at this. That's child abuse and that's child neglect. Than knowing that this guy's got drugs around them kids. So, it is what it is. I just got a bad feeling something else is going to happen in that family. It's just a matter of when. So, I don't know. But the big event, guys, we need people to come out there and come and learn something. We're going to have a gospel band called Driving Home. We're going to have the TTW band, Country and Western band. We're going to have a dance troupe out there. We're going to have everything. Bouncy houses, everything, food. It's going to be a great day, August 8th, 2026. It's a Saturday. It's going to be warm. I know it is, so we'll have water throughout the event for people. There will be refreshments with food trucks and vendors. What else you want to cover? Whatever you think.
That's awesome.
And again here, I just want to bring this. And we talked about this. So my county is doing the MAT program, M-A-T, in the jail. They're using the Vivitrol shot, where within 6 months, it's supposed to take people the craving away for opioids. Okay, I'm good with this. They're doing the mental health with the peer support and all that. I'm good with all that. I'm good. But what about, and it says, and I printed this up, access to medication, assisted treatment, counseling, therapy, structured recovery support, a chance to heal. So what about the people on the street? What if people on the street want the same care and they can't afford it or get it? Do these people have to go to jail to get the correct medical and mental health they need? And get a record to get treated? We got good places like Daymark Recovery, RHA, they're all outpatient. Daymark does inpatient behavioral. They do the detox. I've actually picked people up and driven them 4 or 5 counties to get them help. But we have what we call the Opioid Settlement Task Force in Davidson County. It's supposed to be a public input meeting, but they don't announce it. So the people of our county don't know that. They don't know about the millions of dollars they're holding from the federal government from the opioid settlement fund where they sued the pharmaceutical companies. Why don't they want the people to come to these meetings? I haven't figured it out yet. But I know this, Richie Simmons is getting millions of dollars out of this, our sheriff. No one else is getting any funding. Even us, I don't care one way or the other. We fall under it as a nonprofit. We work in the field of opioids and education. They won't help us. We asked for $5,521 last year out of millions. But they're going to give him millions. But we're good. We're going to continue. This is the flyer. That's James. That's my son who died from fentanyl. This is the event, guys. On the back of this is why we do what we do. Brian. But we're going to continue to advocate for recovery, mental health, and addiction. If you need help, call somebody. Reach out to me. You mind if I give them the number?
Yeah,
They can call me at 336-313-1913. I'll come and assist you. I will even drive you. If you're a male, I will drive you to a recovery. If you're a female, I'll bring my wife. You know, that's how we do things. I have 200 places within North Carolina I can call and get somebody help. Okay, the county health department, county DSS, county agency should have these papers for people to reach out. These numbers, I have them. Call me. Some want a Christian-based, some don't want a Christian-based recovery. So I can't force anything on anybody, but tell you get help. If you're not going to reach out to me, reach out to somebody else. We'll say this: Cone Health has a great rehab. I will say that about Cone Health. Right here in Greensboro, if you want to go detox, they have a great detox. Please look into that. Get off the drugs, save yourself, but I'll give you that. Go ahead.
What does it take? What are you seeing? Like, I mean, somebody, I guess, has to hit rock bottom.
We say that. We say rock bottom, okay?
Yeah.
But you know what?
How does that work?
That's-
What are you seeing?
I have my son Michael, and hi Mike. He was going to be here today, but I thought better not. He's got 2 years recovery, but what I see the more mental health with my son. I'm seeing people hide, and they're pretty good at hiding addiction. They're pretty good. I'll see the mental health more than the addiction. You know why? I'll see how they're taking care of themselves. I'll see how they're grooming themselves. I'll see how they're talking, their attitude, whether they're getting angrier. Really good, guys. If you're at home with a child, a teenager, and you're seeing they're not taking care of themselves, cleanliness, and they're getting mad or they're getting angry, something's going on. And you better grab it by the tail and get them in to talk to a counselor, a therapist, something. Don't let it go, because that's what's going to happen. It's going to get into where they're going to start drinking your alcohol if you have alcohol. No, they're going to start looking in your medicine cabinets for pills. Adderall. I don't like Adderall. When you and I were kids, it was hyperactive. We were just hyperactive. We ran around. If you get your kids off the computer, off the phone, off the game system, kick them outside and tell them to play. That's what we need. But Adderall is the beginning in middle school and high school. That's it. They're either going to sell their Adderall or they're going to buy Adderall, and that's where this addiction with the opioids start right there. And you need to talk to doctors about other methods than putting these kids on Adderall. You remember Ritalin?
Oh yeah, I was on it.
Okay. No, you were on it, so you know what Ritalin tore you down, didn't it?
Oh, it was terrible.
Ritalin tore you down. Boom, you're down to the ground. So every one of these Adderall and all that came off of Ritalin. It strung off of Ritalin. The DNA of all this is Ritalin. Ritalin is bad. It had my son, my oldest son, who's 36. He's up in Wisconsin, crawling the walls. It didn't calm him down. It made him crawl. I mean, he was literally losing control. And but mental health, guys, if you notice it, get your child. If you notice it in your wife, your husband, your sister, get them help. Because now we talk mental health, now we talk about suicide. We talk about major depression. If they don't have money to get high, what are they doing? Are they out there committing crimes? Are they selling their bodies? Are they prostituting? Let's be honest. My kids would steal from me. They robbed my mother blind. Okay, so
Anything to get to the
anything to sell to get high. Correct.
Yeah.
Some people may not like what I'm saying today. I'm not out here for people to like me. I'm out here to educate people on the problem. Law enforcement, I get along with law enforcement really well, except, and it is what it is, my sheriff's department. I do not work well with them, and I can't. Until you, and sorry, Richie, he won't use Narcan. Ask him why he won't use Narcan. Every other
Has he
law
told you
enforcement.
why?
Oh, no, to me, see, Richie, I love Richie. Richie, I respect you, but until you start using Narcan, I'm going to be a pain in his rear end. Okay? Narcan is a tool in my toolbox, along with education, mental health, and all that. So, the only liability that he can even come up with is if my son dies in front of him and you got Narcan, or one of your deputies got Narcan and you don't use it on somebody, there's the liability. You got a lawsuit coming for not using it, because the state of North Carolina, the federal government says there is no liability. Good Samaritan law protects you as a fireman, does it not? Think about it. By state law, you have to use it, correct? As a fireman, EMS by state law has to use it.
If the signs and symptoms
Right.
dictate.
Yeah. But now the sheriff's department is an elected official. He can make policy. So I think he's got the wrong policy. We fought for 2 years. We just got Narcan. Matter of fact, since I saw you in the Davidson County school system, in the high schools and the middle schools, we just got the Narcan policy. We fought for 2 years. I sat there and used Narcan on myself in front of 300 people. Oh yeah, I'll do it right here for you and teach you real quick how it is. It won't hurt you. You know it. Unless you're on opioids, it's not going to hurt you at all. It's going to help you and save your life. What it does when I do a live thing on this, it gives me a runny nose and I'll sneeze for a week. But guys, learn, educate yourself. Go to your communities, your churches, and reach out, because the churches are our first line of defense. Our first line.
Really?
Yes. When the pastors and the congregations can get into the communities that are in need, and you take these people and you tell them you love them. I do it. And I've sat there and tell people I'll hug them. I don't care if they're dirty, they got bed bugs, they got lice. I will hold them and tell them I love them. And their eyes open. And they sit here, and see, last year you got me. You got me, I got emotional. But you tell somebody you love them, that are on addiction or mental health, they look at you like somebody does care. And I'm not going to bring up the Bible, and I know we got to go soon, is that if you're going to preach and walk the walk, then don't kick these kids aside, because the Bible says we're all God's children. Do not continue to abuse these children.
What you did for the least of these, you did for me.
Yep. Well, we can get into what the Pharisees did to Jesus too, but we won't get into that today. I mean, I don't want to get into the Bible full blown. People might not like you or I after that, and I believe in that. I believe in the Bible. But we are all God's children, and we need to cradle, and it does take a village to raise a child. But now it's going to take a village to raise everyone. These drugs are infiltrating everything, every bit of our lives.
Well, not even the illegal drugs. I mean, you look at all these smoke shops that we talked about. We talked about Kratom and all these other things they're making. They're changing. What it seems like they're doing is they're taking an illegal drug and they're changing something.
A name in it, or just one little ingredient.
One ingredient.
Right.
Or one piece of the chemistry.
Yep, the DNA of it, right.
That makes it legal.
Well, these vapes, marijuana vapes. Oh yeah, I know too much about them. I don't like them. But I'm going to touch this subject, and I don't agree with it totally. But until you can show me the numbers, if North Carolina right now is debating whether to do away with hemp, I think that's going to pass unless they really get the fight on. But these vape shops with the vape pens and the marijuana pens, I'm still trying to figure them out why they're and how they're legal here. But I also know that they're coming through California. I mean, I'm talking the real marijuana. They're real THC, and they're getting through the mail. So I just don't. I don't know what to do. I don't know how we're going to stop it. I think it's going to get worse. The numbers in Davidson County, matter of fact, ER visits went up in March to 12 versus 4 the month before. So they're going up again. I think we've had 4 or 5 overdoses in the past month in Davidson County. A code 44. Now I don't know what you use for death overdose. Is it a code 44? What code?
Yeah, code 44.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I know I got an app I use.
Yeah.
I've heard it several times. Code 44 responded to an overdose or a possible overdose. I don't want names. I don't need names of who it is. I know the location, but I just want confirmation. Do we have an overdose confirmed death in our county? Oh, we can't do that. That's okay. I'll get them from the coroner's office, and that'll take me another year. And these numbers are getting updated every 12 months. So we're probably a little more than what we thought. So I just don't know why. And we got a governor, Governor Stein, whoops, and Jeff Jackson, Attorney General, ran on fentanyl, right? They ran on fentanyl. They got elected because of fentanyl. I've sent several emails to them, voicemails, called them, can't get a call back. Congressman Addison McDowell, you know who Congressman, I met with him, I love him to death. I asked him to come back to our county, not as a congressman, come back as a brother, because Congressman Addison McDowell lost his brother to fentanyl. Don't come back as a congressman. Come and sit as a round table and let's talk about the problems within your county, sir, that voted you in as congressman, okay? The midterms are coming up. Politics is what it is, but let's not play games with life. I won't play that. I will advocate and vote against everybody, and I've got the following to do that. I ran for commissioner regarding addiction, mental health, low-income housing, and other things. But unfortunately, in our county, they don't want to hear this because they're scared it won't bring people in, it won't bring businesses in. They don't want to admit we have a problem. But we know in Greensboro, at least we know you have a mental health unit that goes out with the police department.
Yeah, the BHART team.
Right, love it. I asked my director of EMS in Davidson County why we cannot have community medics. I love a community medic.
We have community medics here too.
I love them. I was up in Buncombe County and worked with them during the hurricane. I was working with the homeless and the addicted.
Yeah.
I probably gave out and trained with 1,000 hits of Narcan. So I asked them, why can't we have community medics? Money, money, money. I'm done. You find the money somewhere, but I'm done. And that's money over human life. That's where I'm at. I talk too much, but that's where I'm at, you know. But I like the community medics. I like what you're doing in Guilford County. I think people should follow some things that you're all doing here,
Yeah.
whether it's Guilford County, whether it's Greensboro. One thing I will say, I do not, and I'm going to get with Chris from the DA's office here. I've got a problem over in Archdale, okay? Right at the Guilford County, Randolph County line right there. There's the old Red Roof Inn. I don't know why they can't close this place down. It's a nuisance. One floor is for prostitution, one floor is for drug dealing. I can account for 3 murders with fentanyl in that hotel. And I've actually called out to the Archdale Police Department on this. But, you know, they need to close the place down. They need to get their city council and say, we're done with it. But the problem is these families, they transfer these properties within the family and change the names, like from India, Pakistan.
So you close it down and you just have a new owner.
Yep.
Who's,
Oh, it's family.
Yeah.
It goes from family member to family member. So other than that, that's what I've got to say today. And
Tell us about your event one more time.
Okay.
August 8th.
August 8th at the Breeden Amphitheater, uptown Lexington. It's going to be at 333 South Main Street. We're going to have the TTW band. They're out of Charlotte. They're a country western, country rock band, family orientated, really good. Then we're going to have Driving Home. That's my Christian band. Actually, it's funny. They were the first band to ever play for us 3 years ago. I love Tammy and their group. We're going to have a big, I think it's a 60-foot blow-up obstacle course for the kids. We're going to have another big bouncy house. We're going to have a dance troupe out of Clemens, young girls.